Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. I'm going to try and keep this one fairly short. It is intended to be more of an informative video just to kind of help people understand about why certain things happen and maybe how to avoid certain things. So it is around inactive listings, out of stock listings, what happens when your items get listed, how long they take to get listed, and all these things. So I'll start off with the issue maybe where people see that items are inactive, for example, inactive on their Salefreaks, but they might be in stock on Amazon, or they, for whatever reason, they just don't understand what the situation is here. So if we go into our advanced filter, we can see this is just from the items page, advanced filter. We can click on inactive items and we can click on view those items. This will bring us up a list of various different products. Now, if we click into one of these products, we'll see that the item is inactive. It has had an order previously, and we can see that the supplier price is 0. So in this case, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be available in Amazon. So what we can do is we can click on the little clickable link here to show our supplier item, and we can see here that currently no sellers are matching your location, item specification, and we can see it's just currently unavailable. So there's no Amazon selling it, there's no Amazon FBA seller selling it, and there's no merchant fulfilled third-party sellers selling this particular item, and that's why it's inactive. Now, it's entirely up to you at this point whether you want to remove that item altogether. It may well come back into stock, it might not. I mean, if you've made a lot of sales in this item, you might want to hold on to it. Otherwise, you can just let it go. Now, in a lot of cases, when items initially list to your Salefreaks, they will be inactive for the first, maybe up to 24 hours until the repricing system and the stocking system pulls back everything into line and makes it active on your eBay. This is a mechanism to try and avoid the item selling on your eBay when it's actually maybe not in stock on Amazon, or not the correct price or something like that. There is reasons why everything happens basically, and it is a lot of it to do with just trying to protect you as a user. Now, that's not always going to be the case. Sometimes things slip through the cracks and whatever else. This is dropshipping at the end of the day. This is what we're dealing with when we don't have control of our inventory. We get all the nice perks of not having to buy all the inventory, but unfortunately there is some downside. You have to take the rough with the smooth. So let's try and find a product maybe that's been listed a little bit more recently. Here's one that's listed for just 3 days and it's inactive. So you would imagine when you find a product, it should be, it should be in stock. It should be the correct price that you list it as. But in reality, things can just go out of stock. So let's have a look at this one, for example, as well. Let's see. Okay, so this one is in stock. Okay, so in first glance, we might say, what's the issue here? It's in stock. Why is it not been listed to my eBay? Why is it inactive? It's listed to eBay, but it's actually shown as out of stock, I would imagine. So let's just click the eBay listing here as well. And we can see up the top, there's a little flag. It's listed on this particular seller's eBay account, but it's out of stock. So what's the problem here? So first glance, in stock, no issues. Second, on a bit of a thorough inspection, what we can see here, it's only being sold by one seller, and it's actually merchant fulfilled. Okay, so this is dispatched by Car Edit. Okay, and number one, unless you have enabled your Salefreaks account in global settings for best offer only, which basically means that it's not only prime items, so you can sell non-prime items merchant fulfilled, then this is what's gonna happen. Now, what could happen here in this particular scenario is the item might originally have been available from an FBA seller or even Amazon themselves. They may have sold out, they may have pulled the list, and whatever reason, we're now left with a third-party seller. And that's why it's shown as not available. Now, you might say to yourself, but I actually have best offer and I don't only sell prime items, so what else could it be? Well, the second thing is it's not free delivery, and recording this video today, it's the 12th of May. This expected delivery is the 17th of May, which is basically five days. Now within Salefreaks you have a max shipping time set. So you can see here in your global settings, there's an item shipping days, and your max shipping days will have a set number in here. So this means that if the item isn't going to come within 4 shipping days, that'll actually show us out of stock for your particular products, right? Because if it's shipping outside of that, we don't want it to affect your late deliveries, affect your customers. So it's entirely up to you. You can set this at anything you want. You can set this at, I think it defaults to 7. I have mine set to 4 because my shipping policies are 2-day dispatch and 48-hour delivery. So it gives me kind of 4 days. If you want to push this higher, even though your shipping policies state that it'll get there in 3 or 4 days and you want to have this at 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 days, you can do it. It just means that 9 times out of 10, those products that stay in stock that will be bought won't be shipped probably until after your shipping days. So if I have a 2-day dispatch and a 2-day delivery, and this particular product is telling me it's not going to be delivered until the 17th of May, the likelihood is they probably have a 3, 4, 5-day dispatch time on it. Okay, it's not being fulfilled by Amazon Prime, so it's outside Amazon Prime delivery anyway, this particular product. So you could be getting item not received cases open before your suppliers even ship the item. Okay, and that's going to have a negative impact, especially if it happens over and over again. So that's one scenario that you can kind of keep your eye on. Let's go into another product here. Doesn't really matter which one. We just want to try and see different examples. Okay, so this one again is inactive, probably showing as out of stock on eBay. Sometimes it can also just be a display issue. It could say inactive and it's actually active on eBay, so I wouldn't stress too much about that. This one is out of stock on eBay. Let's have a look at Amazon. Okay, we can see that. Okay, again, so we can see that it's in stock, but all 3 sellers are third-party sellers. So if I'm new to dropshipping, I'm new to Salefreaks, and I don't really understand, all the ins and outs of this may look like, what's going on with the software. It's in stock. There's plenty of people selling this product. Why is it not listed on my eBay store? And the answer is because none of them are prime offers. This one here at the bottom, you have to order 3. Minimum order quantity is 3, and the shipping time's like 3 weeks. This one here, £3.80 shipping cost, and again your 6 to 9 days delivery. And this one does have free delivery at the top, but again you're talking 4 or 5 days delivery. So it's outside of my shipping times, my max shipping time. So Salefreaks, rightly so, has put this to inactive because it doesn't meet my criteria to fulfill my customers' needs, basically. So that's quite a few reasons why this happens, basically. A lot of the time it is just because the item's out of stock, but it could be because it's not being sold by Amazon, therefore it's not Prime delivery, and it might not be an Amazon Prime FBA merchant as well. Like this particular one here, this is long shipping times as well, so that's why it's out of stock for us on eBay and on Salefreaks. Yes, it's in stock on Amazon, but it doesn't meet our criteria. Okay, so free delivery, but it's it's like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks potentially. You just wouldn't want to be taking a risk with that, and that's why it's inactive. So hopefully that gives you a bit of understanding. Now, I'll be honest, there is times when there is just a system glitch, and we look at a product and we see, okay, it's active on eBay or it's active on Amazon. Like, I think you'll just get those cases. So this one is inactive. Just close down all these tabs. Out of stock on the eBay store. And in stock on Amazon. Wait. So this one's weird. So this says 11 in stock. So maybe it's because my shipping location, let's just set it to like a standard English one, and see. Yeah, I mean this one again looks like on glance it's fine, but it actually still says here that there's no other sellers matching your location. So Salefreaks is obviously picking that up somehow, and we obviously use third-party scrapers for this information. So there's obviously something that suggests this is out of stock. It's a bit of a mixed message here. It does say that it's in stock. Can we get it to checkout? Just don't want to log into all my Amazon accounts. That's a bit of a weird one anyway. So okay, this is probably just saying there's no other sellers. Yeah, there's no other sellers. So this one looks to be in stock. So this one could be a bit of a glitch, I'll be honest. What we can do in this case, there's a number of things we could do. We could force reprice, or we could amend like the default quantity or something. Let's say I wanted just to move this up to 2. That can sometimes then jiggle this item back in the stock, and I can come back and check that later. However, you will find, I mean, there's 5,000 items in this particular account, and 531 of those have gone inactive. The majority of these items will actually be inactive and out of stock for the right reason. There are going to be ones that slip through the net, but it's going to be a much lower percentage again. As you can see, you know, we've clicked through a couple of those, and there was one possible legit one in there. It's been listed for a couple of months. We've had one sale on it. You know, it's not the end of the world if there's a couple of these items that, you know, the software isn't 100% perfect 100% of the time. So I wouldn't stress too much about it overall, as long as 90% plus of your listings, 95% even, are, you know, active, working fine. So the other thing I see a lot is when people are listing items, or people are checking what's going on with their listings when they're using the listing generator, for example, they'll say, you know, the items show us that they've been listed, but they're not on my store yet. So generally it will take like 25-30 minutes for an item to be listed on the store. So we'll look at this at a glance. We can see our hot items have listed 2 items here, but we'll you know, if we're looking at our eBay, we know that the items haven't been listed yet. Why is that? So what you can actually do, you can do this for listed and field, and we'll show field in a second because there's none actually field on this one. But if we click into listed, we can see the items, but we can also see that they're pending. Okay, so this means that they're in the queue with the eBay system to actually be listed onto your store. When these go to active, these will be the eBay links that'll appear here, and then we can click on the link and we can see the eBay listing. So if we go into potentially one of the older ones, and we can see, first of all, we can see listed 4 and field 1. And these ones have been listed, so you can see the market item ID, so they're all fine. And you can see, then if you click on field, you can see this one has been blocked by Vero, keyword ear. You can always check it out and see if you want to force it through. If you do ever want to force a Vero, you just click that, click back to the generator, generate the file again. Another common one would be duplicates. If you have duplicates in your store, they won't list, obviously. And then system will be something, you know, a system issue with the product or getting the product information. And then marketplace could be that the item isn't available via your, you know, criteria. So it's maybe only on a third-party seller or something like that. It is something if you're doing manual product research, always make sure that the item is available via Amazon Prime or FBA, third-party Prime. Let's just have a look at another one. So the listed ones, we can see all the market item IDs, happy days, that's all good. And then the field, again, all failed due to Vero. So the most common will be duplicates. You know, if you're listing a lot of items in your store, especially via all the different methods, you're going to eventually get duplicates, especially if it's a bigger store. And then the other one will be Veros. You know, you will have a lot of Vero keyword blocks, brand blocks. Like I say, if you want to force them, if you know that this particular keyword isn't in relation to a product that has an issue, then that's fine. So for example, a great example of that would be if I seen keyword stainless steel, that's there to try an extra layer of protection for knives being listed. But if I seen this was stainless steel and it wasn't a knife, and it was just something generic, then I could go ahead, I could force that Vero back to generator and put it through. So guys, hopefully that video has been useful for you. Hopefully it gives you a bit of insight into some of the things that you might, it would be important for you guys to look out for, basically, so that you can know, why something is happening, or why something has happened, or why something has not happened on your particular store. Also, as always, thanks for watching this video. If there's any other videos that you would like me to make content on, anything you would like to help, you understand things a little bit more and to make your life a little bit more easier, feel free to drop us a comment, reach out and let us know. Thanks.